Good?
Yep.
It's really weird not having headphones on. We'll see how I engage. Anyway, welcome to Contra Gentiles Season 4, Episode 20. It's going to be a short one.
It's like freezing up for some reason.
Is it? Not on mine. Don't be derailing, boy.
No, I mean, just look. Okay, it's going again.
It's on?
Yeah, it's on. I see, but it keeps dipping. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with this.
I don't even know if I'm still live. I don't even know. Just hanging out. Just hanging out. Hanging out. Wow, I'm so old. Look at my hair. Why? How's your internet?
Okay, it's green again. Let's see if it'll stay green. Okay, is it
Favorite
it's,
anonymous message? I didn't get any anonymous messages.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
from that thing. Show me.
Looks like it's stable now.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well,
what
I
the
hit
fuck is
record
up.
on the audio,
Yeah, it's fine.
so we're committed.
Yep, we're good.
And I'll redo. We can go in there and edit stuff out on the stream, right?
Yeah.
We can just chop that first dumb
Yeah.
part off. Anyway, welcome to Contra Gentiles Season 4, Episode 20. Episode 420. Hitler's birthday episode. When is Hitler's birthday?
Yeah,
13
420.
days from now.
Yeah. It's going to be a good day.
Oh, it's a Thursday, I guess, then. Truman's going to bother me the whole time. We got to record on Hitler's birthday one time.
I know. That's perfect.
It's good. It's a good time.
It was.
Anyway, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
I'm still working on my sushi. I guess I should remind the audience, that today is a Q&A day.
Yeah.
So we'll probably just talk for a little bit, 45 minutes or something, so that the layman can have something to listen to.
Yes.
And then we'll cut the stream and record a question and answer for the Patreon.
Yeah.
We've gotten a lot of... Last time we did it was like, what, November?
Yeah, it's been a while.
But we got a lot of good questions. I think these people,
Yeah.
they get it. Anyway, she's really... Come here. We have my dog in studio again today, if you can't tell. Have you have anything interesting to talk about? Should we talk about the Trump arrest? Does that interest you much?
I don't know. I guess not too much.
Is our hot take that it's really not that big of a deal?
Yeah. I mean, I just think that it's kind of expected. They've been trying to do it for so long that I think it's more shocking that it took them this long.
I know legal experts expect it to be like thrown out.
I mean, it should be thrown out, but I don't have that much trust in the legal system, and so it might not be thrown out in the end.
Will he run from jail?
What?
Will he run from jail?
Probably. I don't think it would get convicted. I mean, if it has to be like on a jury trial, I mean, I guess it could.
It's in
but
New York.
Yeah. But you could always call it a mistrial.
I bet more people in New York like him than we expect.
Maybe.
Simply because he's from New York.
Yeah. But I know they could do motions to have the trial somewhere else. And I think that'd be very easy to do.
They do it in Nebraska or something.
Yeah, because it's obvious that it's going to be biased, and so
Yeah.
there's no way he could have a fair trial in New York. Yeah.
I liked the arrest photos where he has his fist up and stuff.
Yes.
Like, my president!
Yeah.
That's my guy.
I think the dumbest take is like the ones that like the Daily Wire perpetuates that it's just a move by the Democrats to get him elected in the primary because
they want to bump him in the primary because
they think DeSantis is going to be too tough to beat. It's like, oh, I mean,
I don't.
People make fun of Trump supporters for saying that he's playing like 4D chess. I'm like, okay, that's even more ludicrous. That I mean, because for example, with Trump, at least it's one person, and you can imagine one person being clever. But now you're saying that there's no different from any other conspiracy theory where they say there's
the one world order.
Yes, like there's a conglomeration of people
Of Jews
or whoever that is planning all this out in unison together.
Yeah.
It's like that's less believable because anybody that worked in an office, for example, and you ask, hey, what do you guys want for pizza? They can't even agree on what pizza to get. Yeah. And so just tell me that there's like an underground cabal of leftists who have all this planned out. It just starts seeming ludicrous for me. And so I just don't. And that's when I think the theory becomes too insane to be real. I think they just want to arrest him because they don't want him to be president. I think it's very simple.
Caleb's insulting my dog.
What is he saying?
I have never seen an uglier dog.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, I have to come up with something to get that.
Does Caleb have dogs or cats?
I don't know. I think he hates everything.
Oh.
Yeah. He's just a giant bag of fun hating vitriol.
Oh, no, I think Caleb's
No, I
pretty
know.
happy.
I was kidding.
Yeah. I know.
He hates fun and joy.
Or like the Twitter thing today about Shrek.
So you don't believe in the globalists is what M
I
is
don't,
telling me.
yeah.
Of course not.
No.
Yeah.
Once there's too many people, if the theory...
I think it's a good driving metaphor.
Yes. I do think there's like common themes that people who believe in a certain structure want to perpetuate. That's true. But I don't think that there's an actual shadow government. People that we do not know that's pulling all the strings. I think that becomes a little too ludicrous.
Yeah.
So
one thing I really hate about my bald head is that when it gets too long, it like starts to like have a shape to it again. And I get that kind of old man, like where a little bit lays a different way.
Oh.
Like, damn. I'm old as shit. You see how much of my hair is gray?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've got a bunch of gray down here.
Yeah.
Hitting it early.
I know, aging fast, dying fast.
Anglos age so fast. It's not the ugliest dog. Okay, thank you, Caleb. Look at that. They'll eventually see that 30 seconds in the future. Yeah, I think that's really it's kind of the one current event to talk about.
Yeah, I know.
Horse face.
Yeah.
Because then what? She was ordered to pay him like $120,000 in legal fees.
Yeah.
Like right after he was arrested.
Hey, that's the other funny thing is that everybody assumes that he actually did fuck her, but when they were actually showing that she admitted that nothing ever happened and all that shit, I'm like, oh,
she publicly admitted it.
Yes, so maybe nothing actually did happen, and Trump actually isn't lying. But anyways, that part kind of shocked me just because I think I bought into it that it just definitely happened because it was talked by everybody that it just like we know what happened. I was like, hey, we actually don't know. But yeah. But the fact that it is made up charges, I mean, I've said it before many times, but I do think that he is probably the least corrupt president we've ever had and the most honest president.
Ugh.
What happened?
Wasabi hit my nose really hard. Woo! I love it, but damn, that one was like...
Yeah.
Shit. Whew. It's still, like my eyes are going to start watering.
Yeah.
Well, I guess this is my last podcast as an official heretic.
Yeah.
Last one. What'll it be?
Tomorrow evening.
Oh, it's 4:20 p.m. on episode season whatever. 4:20. Okay.
Yeah, next week.
I'll be
Tomorrow evening.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
it's
next
gonna
time we
be-
record, I won't be like a poser
I know.
anymore.
Official Catholic.
So I know that I won't give a number of how many people we've
Mm-hmm.
brought into the fullness of the truth, but
Yes,
I
yeah,
guess
yeah.
you could say, but like at least a dozen people
Yeah.
were converted listening to the show,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
were confirmed and baptized before me.
Yeah.
We're like, come on, what are you doing?
Yeah. What are you waiting for? Yeah. Which is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I just think it's funny.
Yeah. But it's going to be a good day tomorrow.
It's a long ass day.
Then the evening Easter celebration. Doing it Latin style.
That's my instinct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the way it should be.
So I told my mom about it, and she was like, oof, no way. It's like, come on.
Yes. Yeah.
You have the whole next day to sleep.
I know.
You have Easter Mass to sleep through
Yep.
on Sunday.
It's like Christmas. You go to Christmas Eve Mass and then you celebrate.
When does the Christmas Eve Mass normally start?
I think it's around the same time, like 8.
8, 9, depending on the church.
Yeah. Then you go home and open presents and feast and drink.
Yeah.
It's
Feel like shit the next
it's
morning.
a feast day.
Yes.
And I think that's
you're supposed to kind of abuse your body.
yes, yeah, and I think that's something that has been really lost with the Protestants is that every holiday for them is not really a feast day. It's just a day of solemnity, and so it's like you have to be very meek and quiet and do it in the morning.
Wasn't Maundy Thursday supposed to be Maudie or Mondi?
Or Mardi Gras?
No, Maudie Thursday.
Oh no.
That's what the most of the English speaking world calls yesterday.
Oh, is it okay
Maundy.
for Holy Thursday?
Yeah, that's a solemn day, isn't it?
Yes, that one's not a feast day.
That's the death day.
Yes, yeah. Which is why I don't think it's a holy day of obligation. I have to look that up, but I'm pretty sure only feast days are holy days of obligation.
Okay. Someone in the chat's going to be like,
And days of solemnity are supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's something like Ash Wednesday. Ash Wednesday is not an obligatory day because it's not a feast day. But I would have to look up Holy Thursday. Holy Thursday might be just because it's part of Holy Week.
the Triduum and stuff.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that one actually might be a day of obligation. But yeah, it's definitely not a feast day. It's if it isn't, it's unique in its existence.
In its existence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean in the
It
way,
does seem like a significant enough
yeah.
day for it to be an obligation.
Yeah. Let me look that up actually.
Let's see if someone in the chat's freaking out yet. Hell yeah. Oh, Truman.
Yeah, it's not a holy day of obligation.
Okay.
Yep. Because I'm pretty sure that really is the
What is a holy day of obligation is going to Mass.
yes, you're
You're obligated
to go
to
to Mass.
receive the Eucharist that day.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
And only feast days are holy days of obligation. It cannot be a day that is not of a feast. Because,
Why?
because you are actually feasting the body of Christ. And so
Oh.
it's a holy day. Holy days of obligation are always for celebration.
Yeah.
They're not obligatory for you to be down and sad. It's supposed to be obliging to be happy, obliging
yeah.
to feast and to celebrate.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And so, yeah, days like Good Friday is not going to be holy day of obligation. Holy Thursday is not.
Oh.
Ash Wednesday. Anything that's supposed to remind you of the death
Yeah.
is not a feast day. It's not a day of obligation.
Okay.
Yeah. But it is highly recommended to participate just because it's,
Okay.
yeah,
Huh.
you get the fullness of
Of the experience
Yeah.
of the week.
yes. Yeah.
Hmm.
So like today, if you go in there, you would have like Stations of the Cross and you have other things. You don't really have Mass on Good Friday.
Well, they do like a service, but
They
it's
do a
not
service,
where,
yeah.
at which they administer the Eucharist, but it's not a Mass.
It's not a Mass, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it just because it doesn't follow the format?
Because they don't consecrate today at all. So
So they just, it has to be consecrated at a different time.
yeah.
They have to consecrate enough of it to.
Yes, to for Good Friday. Because you
okay.
can't celebrate the day that Christ is dead. And so
Okay.
yeah, it's not a celebration. So and there's no, and so we acknowledge Good Friday as the day of his death.
Yeah.
Yeah, because and that's why it's really important. And it isn't that it's not important, but it's that it's you can't resurrect without dying. And I do think that that's probably like one of the things that irritates Protestants quite a bit is that the focus on the death, focus on the crucifix.
Because sorry.
Because they want to only focus on the resurrection. They say Christ is risen, not that he is dead. But you can't rise without dying.
I was at Garcia's with my mom. We had that conversation about.
Yeah.
I try to every time I'm around her. I'll say this first, and then I'll go to the next thing. I was asking her, like, she's going to the vigil tomorrow, which I appreciate because not everybody I know wants to go. Obviously.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. But I just was, it will be weird for her. I don't think she's ever been to a mass before.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Which is when people talk about it with authority, they need to have been to one.
Yeah.
First, but I was asking her, like, how would she feel weird to have like a shriveled up dead guy like on the cross in the front of the church, like that you're staring at? Like, would that be weird? She was like, no. But she I think it was the Lutheran thing, the old school Protestant thing, is that the cross is bare because Christ isn't dead.
Yeah.
What the heck?
There's a weird like repulsion by Protestants to think of a dying Christ.
Yes, so that's what I mean. Is she says it wouldn't make her uncomfortable. I think it will a little bit.
Yeah.
But to me, that's what the beauty is. That's the beauty in it.
It is, yeah. Which is why Holy Thursday Mass is definitely one of my favorites, even though it's not a feast day. But yeah, it is one because it I would say just because it's the most meditative Mass. Even the music, everything, normally the homily, everything about Holy Thursday Mass is very, very solemn.
Yeah.
And the way they do it in the cathedral is pretty cool because normally you don't do the bells while they're doing the consecration during Lent.
Yeah.
But then for Holy Thursday, they take 2 sticks and they tap it while they're holding it up, which I just find really profound.
Why?
Well, I don't know.
Nailing, is it the nailing sound?
I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's something that's very. For me, it's kind of striking because I'm used to like the incense and the bells.
Mm-hmm.
And so in most parishes, if they have 2 morning masses, the earlier one they use incense and the second one they don't. It's just the way that it normally happens. Just because if people are bothered by it, they could just go to a later one. But yeah. So the incense part, I just find very, like you just get used to it all through. If when you go all year round, you're expecting those bells when they're holding up the Eucharist. And
so when you hear that sound, it's like, whoa.
Yes, because it's not only that, but first they just stop the sound all through Lent, and then the first sound you hear is the knocking of the wood, and so then it's like it really does shock you, which I find pretty.
I wonder
awesome.
what the knocking is. I wonder if it's supposed to be the nails or something.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
and then they take the host, after Mass, and they put it in I forgot what the thing is called, but the holder of the host for adoration.
And then everybody stays.
And then they walk out of the building because they're taking Christ out of the church at that point. Then they turn off the candle because the candle is lit red whenever there's a host in there. Mm-hmm. And so for all of Good Friday, the candle is out and it ends on Thursday. And then they take it. And so it depends which church. If you have a downstairs, they might take it to downstairs. And this one, they have that second building where they do all the education. And so they take it over there. And you just follow the priest while they chant, and then you just stay in silence for another hour.
Like a lot of people do.
Yeah. A lot of them, not in all parishes, but I remember when the first time I went was in St. Andrews back in the day.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of people that went to that one.
I imagine that's a pretty spectacular thing there.
Yes,
specifically.
Yeah. It was really nice. That was back.
I wonder where they would take it in the building now.
I don't know.
Just wonder if it goes out into that main foyer.
Yeah. Yeah, probably because it was when it was the old church and they had it downstairs, and they took it downstairs back then.
Oh, okay.
And
that would be the second church, or the first one, second one. Because there's been 3.
There has been, but I think the first 2 were on the same property.
Yes, they were.
Yeah. So that was the second iteration of the first property, and then this one is the whole new, construction. So yeah, they'll probably just take it out there. It's a pretty big lobby area.
Yeah.
And so, it's like there. So yeah, that was somebody's calling desperately.
Do you need to leave?
No.
Okay. So it's just going to bother you till it stops?
Yes, yeah. Let me see if anybody called this phone.
Nah, you're good.
Yeah.
We're committed. No, I had another. Oh, I wanted to. I don't know if I've talked about it on here before.
Yeah.
But I have been thinking a lot about kind of, it's impossible to live, especially in the US now, and not be, friends and acquaintances with Protestants and atheists and whatever. And especially when topics of like religion and stuff come up, there's kind of two. You either try to be that people's instincts are to be either really combative, which is kind of tends to be more my and yours. Yeah. Like I tend to just, if I hear someone say something stupid, I just want to, like it's go time.
Yeah.
But then the other is to like placate, to like not rock the boat, I guess.
Yeah.
Which like obviously stuff like that comes up on Twitter a lot, where like you have like a group of, Twitter friends, and like half of them are Catholic, half of them are Protestant, whatever. And then like something comes up, and then no one really, everyone's like, like, you kind of have a moment where you're like, I don't know how to navigate this now, because each party thinks the other is insane.
Yes. Yeah.
And like, but I really don't think that you can be extremely good friends with people that don't fundamentally agree with you about most features of the structure of reality. Like I don't think you can really be that. You can't form that deep of a friendship.
Yeah.
If you don't share that.
Yeah, I think I would agree.
I don't think that you can truly, as a Catholic, I don't think, and I'm not saying evangelize all the time forever.
Yeah.
24/7. Look, there's times where you can hang out with Protestants or atheists or whatever.
Yeah.
And it can be a great time. And that's.
Yeah.
That's not, I'm not saying you can't be friends with people, but like to really truly be friends with heretics of any kind, it kind of has to be, your relationship kind of has to be fundamentally focused on conversion in a way. Like you kind of have to be pulling them as much as they'll let you.
Yeah.
Cause I know, especially cradle Catholics have a tendency to cede a lot of ground and like deep discussion.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
And I just don't think that's appropriate.
Yeah.
I think that's wrong. You don't have to be combative. You don't have to talk about it, but like.
Yeah. I think the reason why you can't be as close is because then you can never actually have intimate conversations in the end. Like you could be surface level friends, like playing games with them, or if you have a good friend that does something.
If you have a shared goal, if you have a shared activity.
I think you can be friends in that way, but your friendship kind of only ends there. You can never actually talk about anything deeper than that, because it is going to fundamentally,
without reconciling that. It always is about the disagreement.
It would be, yeah.
Always.
Yep.
It can't be about anything but the fact that you don't agree about what reality is.
Yes, yeah. Yeah. And so I think that's why those friendships can never be as close as as it could.
That's something that's like I found like finding more Catholic people
to
be friends with. I'm like, oh, this is a different brand of friendship.
Right, yeah.
Than
what
I've had before.
Yes, and even if you're far away, like someone like Gavin, one of my closest friends. Yeah, now he lives in Florida. Before that, I was in Pennsylvania and Delaware. Like I haven't lived in the same area as him since 2005. was the last time I did, but it just doesn't matter because whenever we talk, we could still talk about things, and we could always talk about intimate things because we do have a shared perception of reality, or at least a comprehension of reality and belief. And so I say I don't even think you have to be that close. And I think now with social media and everything, you can connect with people and actually build friendships as long as you do have that shared understanding of
and like
being
because that's something is like friendships you make online can be extremely real.
Yes, yeah.
Often they're not, obviously, because you have to overcome a level of mediation.
Yes, yeah.
Just by nature of communicating digitally.
Yeah.
That you wouldn't have to in life,
right,
in your immediate surroundings. But like I was talking to
but I do think that whenever you do friend somebody online, it gets even closer if you like meet each other.
Oh yeah,
like
I've done that a couple times.
Yeah, like you fly somewhere, then it's even more. Then it's more.
Like going to meet Marcus and a couple other people.
Yes, yeah.
Through Twitter.
Yep. You get even closer, and then even when you're apart again, it's as if you're still with them. And, that's what's really interesting. I think is that you could build a solid foundation online, but then make it even greater intimacy when you start meeting them and you have an actual drink with them.
If I went to go like see some people I know in Chicago, like Michael or something, because what he and I met on Tumblr in 2012.
Yeah.
We just have talked pretty much nonstop since then.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. But I don't know if there is kind of I think you get to know details of other people's lives to a greater degree when you're not around each other. Or I think that you learn that faster.
Yeah.
And I don't know if because the mediation makes it less like if it doesn't make you feel as vulnerable to share stuff because it's mediated. I don't know if that
I don't know. I would think that maybe that's just more of an age thing.
Is it?
Because for me, that's not the case at all. Like if I don't talk to somebody, if I could talk to somebody in person and one day they tell me a lot and they tell me a lot of their life story and everything. Yeah. But if I'm online, no. And part of it just because my slower time I respond. Yeah. And I think I just don't know. I don't know. And we talked about it before. I really don't know basic online etiquette. Yeah. And I tend to piss people off if I do a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Or I do whatever.
That's a horrible one.
And
So the thumbs up is if we were sitting here talking and you said something and I went, you'd be like, what?
Yes, yeah.
Because you don't thumbs up in conversation ever.
Right, yeah.
It would be extremely like off-putting. So when you're texting people, you just do a thumbs up. It's like, okay, I'll go kill myself.
No, I think it's because it's like a quick nod. Like when you see somebody. No, but it's not
because it's a thumbs up.
And I know, but I think that's what the symbol represents.
No, it represents a thumbs up.
I know.
I know. Yeah. You're saying that it means another thing.
Because honestly,
but it's a symbol representing a real
anybody
gesture.
At my age group, like 40 and above, we all do it. We do it to each other.
No, I understand.
And because the way that we use it is like a quick, I'm acknowledging you.
Yeah, but it's literally a thumbs up.
Yes.
And there's something about, I think young people are less cognizant of the separation between mediated conversations and actual conversations. So it just feels like you're literally doing it's literally what it feels like. If someone was and they like gave you a dumb smile and did a thumbs up and you're like, what, you think I'm stupid?
Oh man. Yeah.
It's extremely condescending. Yeah. I think I'm more than average in my sensitivity to it. Like, I just think I find it.
No, there's other people that were much more sensitive than you.
To the thumbs up?
Yes.
Like
that
who?
I've really, people that you wouldn't know.
Oh.
But yeah. That when I did that, they really thought that I was just being an asshole.
No.
It's like, I'm not being an asshole. But there's also another thing that young people do, and I think even people younger than you do it probably more often than you, is they text me statements, and I don't know how to respond.
Like what?
Like,
if you have an example.
Yeah, and then let me think of it. If they just said, "Man, I'm hungry today," I'm like,
see, like that. Like,
yes, because it's like I don't know what I really don't know what to do with how to engage, because
eat question mark.
yeah, I'm just like, then eat, like I don't know how to respond with stuff like that, and I've noticed like the younger the person gets, like in your generation, like yours and Amy's generation, I would say you guys do that, but normally with photos. And that's what I've really noticed. And maybe just because it was like the meme generation. Yeah. And so you guys were used to like sending memes to each other. But yeah, people do that with photos. And you're like, sometimes like she would send me like a photo of something, or you would send me a photo of something. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know what to say.
Just a random thing.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, it's just a random thing. Like I think one time you like took a picture of a steak and just sent it to me. But there was like there was nothing like, "Hey, I made this."
Yeah,
or,
when I do
hey,
that, I don't expect you to say. I don't expect you to say anything.
And that's why normally
you send a heart in a thing.
Yes,
because that's fine.
Because now I realize that the heart doesn't piss people off.
Yeah.
And so when I mean the same, for me, it means the same thing. Thumbs up, heart would be like would be similar to one another.
Yeah, because they're
not
the same at all.
Yeah. But now the younger generation does the same thing, but they do it with words. And when they do it with words, it's like, I don't know exactly how to navigate that, because it's like when still till this day, a text to me, because I am old, means that I need your attention, not as urgent as a phone call, but I need your attention for something that I am requesting.
Yeah.
And so that to me is what a text
inquiring about. Or
or
something you need to know.
Yes, something I need to know, but I don't need to know as emergent as quickly as I would a phone call. And so when I do that, my texts are normally like, "Hey, what are you doing?" or "Where are you going?" How's your day going or whatever. Yeah. It's like there's always a question to be had. But the younger generation now, it just gives me assertions. And with assertions, I find that very strange to begin a conversation with an assertion, because and like Elijah does this quite a bit. And what I think I've noticing with this younger generation is they have an interaction played out in their head.
Yeah.
Right. And so when they say something, they want the response from the person who they said something, so that they could get into the thing that they really wanted to say, as opposed to
it's
just
almost like hyper etiquette.
Yes. Yeah. And that's what I've noticed. You go like between age of 30 and 26, there's a certain way that they are. Then you go below that, there's a certain way that they text. Mm-hmm. And so like with the oldies, with people like me, or like with Matt or whoever, or Anthony, if we text each other, normally it's quite brief. It's to the point. It's asking a question, and it's and normally we just end with a thumbs up. Like that's normally like one of us, when we want to end the conversation, it's like one of us is either going to do thumbs up onto something or put the thumbs up emoji, and then we both know I'm done. And then we just like move on. And so it's almost like a signifier, like an image is a signifier that the conversation is dead at this point. Yeah. Or we could say like a joke or something interesting that we saw or whatever. But, there's, it's just a very different, having different generations of people in my life, I really do notice how drastically different people text.
And I wonder if the Zoomers and younger, if that's just standard now.
I think it is for them, yeah. I don't know what the newer generation is going to be, but like if Josh texts me, it's more similar to the way Elijah texts me. Like there's more similarities between the way they text than you text. Like you text more similar like to Amy.
The late millennial, early 90s kid kind of thing.
They have a certain way that they text. And so sometimes I'm just lost. I'm just like, what do I do? And so yeah. So that's why I think for my generation, we don't get to know people, to go back to what you were saying, better first online. That's normally we need that face,
Yeah.
you know?
Because I definitely don't.
Yeah. Like I need the face, I need the voice, and then I could like engage a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because the first thing that I do is like engage with their, like, it's going to sound like a hippie, but I just engage with their energy.
Yeah.
It's like you feel their energy. But what's interesting is that people, the younger generation, are able to engage with the energy from like one word of the text.
Oh yeah. Same. Yeah.
It's weird. It's like I can't.
That's what the thumbs up is massive energy.
Yes, yeah. And I just can't do it. It's like I don't know. Is the person mad or are they happy? It's like, you know, when my generation does it, it's almost like we're entering a dark room and we're just guessing. Okay, this person is happy, right? Or this person wants to engage.
Because you know how you say you end a conversation with a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Imagine doing that in real life. Like imagine.
Yeah.
And then walking away.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck you. There's something about younger people. I don't know what age.
Yeah.
Like Amy probably does something similar.
Yeah.
That we can play out entire fleshed out interactions through
images.
Words.
Oh, through words.
Words
okay,
and
yeah.
images.
Yeah.
That.
No, I know that's what I'm saying. You guys can.
And
yeah.
the etiquette for it is standardized for everybody. Everybody
Yes.
knows. Like you don't just send K.
Yeah. Okay.
Ever. Like you just go K.
Oh, okay. Why is that rude? Or
Oh yeah.
I just don't say it because I'm not a chick.
No, I know, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if you just
If
send
you just put
K,
K?
you're angry.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
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 Oh.
It's the kind of an equivalent if you ask someone how are you and they go I'm fine.
Yeah.
And you're like, ugh. Okay, tell me why you're mad.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Oh, okay. So if you just put
But those
K,
are built into the texting,
right. Yeah. To the whole world.
to the
that,
messaging.
Yeah.
There's an etiquette. I just don't think you know.
No, there really isn't.
Yeah.
And a whole personality that gets developed online, which is very interesting.
Yeah.
Because I think that's one thing that people do notice is that, you know, short of just trolling people, older people really don't have an online personality.
Yeah.
You know,
It's very boring.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes they're really good trollers. Like I would say
Oh,
Matt's
yeah,
a good
yeah.
troller, Trump is a good troller. But it's like you know his Twitter account is just trolling. But when you see some of the younger people, it's like they have a persona that exists online.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily translate in the real world. It's that
Yeah.
when you meet them in person, they could be someone completely different. Which is probably just due to the fact of engaging so young online that that phenomena kind of emerges.
Yeah.
What was that?
What? My burp? What did you
He's
do?
hitting something with his tail.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else to discuss.
Do you just want to cut it and go to the questions? I think the questions would be the most interesting.
I know, and that's for patrons only, so people would have to subscribe.
Yes.
We've hit 37 minutes. Is that too short? Is that insultingly short?
Not really. It's
Okay.
it's
Okay.
Good Friday, and we have a lot of questions to cover.
Okay.
Because if we don't, then we're going to be here like for 5 hours.
All right, plebs.
Yes.
We're going to cut it. We're going to go to the Patreon. Oh, yes. Chunky's here. Yes, Chunky. We did get 420 jokes in. I even commented on the fact that it was 4:20 p.m. on our fourth season 20th episode show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Truman's ready for us to switch. So we're going to switch to the Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
Which should I just have it out on Easter? Like I can do that. Would people?
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, it'll
have it
just
out
be
as
there
soon
for
as
people.
possible.
Yeah, I'll just have it out for people and
Yeah.
we would do it tonight. But
Mhm.
anyway, happy Easter.
Yes.
Sad Good Friday. I'll talk to you later.
Bye. Let me cut it.